for cunning linguist, one of my first ways to know if it was funny or not is I will go to open mics and I will try some of the concepts as jokes and see if I get 1 or 2 laughs, and then I will develop them into a longer section. I will usually go for the joke. Bea and Anita La Selva, who was also my dramaturg, at some point will be like, go for the story. And I'm like, I need the joke, because a laugh is a validating moment that you're like, you like me, and we're here, and you like me if I keep being funny. To have somebody else who was like, I don't care about the comedy. We need to move the show along and tell people something that matters.
Like, I feel like I learned the most about what the thing is when it's coming out of other people's mouths for a fee. Like, I know what it means to me. I know what it means to my dramaturg. Iris has yelled what it means to her, but like, when you learn what it means to like everybody in the room, like the actors, but also like when your designers are in.
I feel like it really is until it's being blocked and staged, because it's like you can get away with stuff in a reading, and then and then I always find when lights go on, things stop working, like things that always worked, and suddenly it's lit and it doesn't work anymore, and then you're like, what? So I always hate that we do the lighting so late in the process.
One day we were working on Honey, I'm Home, and I don't make eye contact with her like the whole time I'm on stage. Like, we never actually look. We have no scenes together in which 2 people look at each other in the face for the whole show. And we're trying to choreograph making these sounds at the same time. And I was like, when do we start? And I don't know. How do we get this to line up? And she's like, I don't know. You know that video, that reel that has gone around of the really chubby raccoon jumping at the doorknob trying to get in? Like, that's it. That's all we are. Yeah. It's just a chubby raccoon trying to get to the thing on time, like just trying. And I was like, oh, right.
2 raccoons.
Yes.
Neither can reach the doorknob.
But they're so committed to going for it. And I was like, that's us. I get it now. I understand. Like, I'm not like, do you count to 3 and then we go? Like, it's precise as much as the raccoon jumps at the doorknob. That's how you aim, but then that's why you listen. That's why all your skills as a performer come in, because I can't see her and I can't actually know when the next sound is going to happen. And I have to be so present and so listen and just keep jumping at the doorknob.
I know that it's detrimental to me to workshop something too much just with actors. And if something doesn't shift, like if it's not moving toward production or if it just lives in development land, I think it can be really bad for the writing, because that's not really what we're writing for. And I think I've seen plays get into that sort of cycle where they think, oh, I'm going in my 5th workshop, and is that helpful? I think Daniel McIver, and I think he said it was Daniel Brooks who said this, but if you want to write a play, book a theater.
Well, the first play I wrote, it was a huge learning moment. I was 16 years old, and I wrote it with my best friend at the time. It was called End of Pretending, and we wanted to write a play about the Bronte sisters, and we were very serious about it. We were teens who were into drama, and I wrote a poem called Blood, 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 Red, Blood, 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 Dead, and it was about dying of tuberculosis.
So that title again was?
Blood, 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 Red, Blood, 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 Dead. And we presented it for the first time. And when we presented it, we did that poem totally serious because we thought it was extraordinary. And the audience just like was laughing and cackling. And we were like, what's happening? What is happening? And it seemed like we were making fun of ourselves, and we weren't. And it was such a learning experience that you have to have an audience to tell you what your play is.